Hi, I'm John. Let me ask you a question. How do you travel? I mean, when you're on a road trip, are you more of a destination person or a journey person? You know how it is. If you're a destination person, you just want to get there. You don't care about the scenery along the way. In fact, you hate stopping for any reason at all. If you finally have to stop, all you can think about while you're stopped is all the cars that you passed that are now passing you. You would never take the scenic route when you're going somewhere. But of course, if you're a journey person, you love taking the scenic route. You get as much out of the trip as you do out of the destination. Half the fun of getting there is the journey. You're going to stop and read the historical markers along the way. You're going to stop at restaurants and enjoy your meal. You tend to drive the speed limit, and in reality, you also drive destination people crazy. Well, I want to suggest to you today that when it comes to the ultimate issues of life, there is a destination worth heading towards and a journey worth taking. I want to encourage you to embark on a journey towards God. And I recommend to you the Lifeworks course as a very useful vehicle for you on that journey. I encourage you to investigate the Christian message. And you know, investigations are really important. They're useful, they're helpful. You investigate something to understand it or to find out the truth, to be able to make informed decisions. Now, some investigations are intriguing. They're interesting. Sometimes the answer might be staring you right in the face as you investigate and you don't even see it. Kind of like this cow picture. Now just suppose you were flipping through my photo album and you saw this picture of a cow. You might think, oh yeah, nice cow, and keep flipping. But if I said to you, wait a minute, there's something that you should notice about this cow. Something unique about this cow, something different. Well, then you might take a little more time looking at it. Do you see it? Well, of course, the cow has the map of the world in the markings on its back. Well, is knowing God like this? Is knowing God something you can look at and think about and understand? Or is it really just for a few very spiritual people? I want to give you 5 good reasons why I believe you need to investigate the Christian message. Here's reason number 1. Because of its impact on human history. The Christian message has had such a major impact on human history that historians divide up all of human history into the years before Christ, that's BC, and the years after Christ, AD. The coins you've got in your pocket or purse have a date written on them, and they get that date from the impact Jesus had on our world. You know, when Jesus Christ came on the scene, He didn't just bring us another religion of moral rules and prohibitions. He didn't just say, do this and don't do that. Rather, He brought us a way to deal with our moral guilt. He showed us that real religion isn't just a commitment to morality, it is a living relationship with the God of the universe. And people started responding to Jesus' message. They found their lives totally transformed as they encountered God. So real is this experience that billions of people since then have chosen to become Christians. You may remember that the Romans tried to destroy Christianity by persecution. Remember that the Christians were thrown into the great arenas to fight hungry lions or gladiators. Lots of those Christians were even crucified or burned alive. But those Romans had never encountered anything like those Christians before. The Christians were willing to die for their faith. And they died singing. In fact, the way that Christians faced persecution only emphasized to others the reality of what they had found. And soon, millions of people were turning to Jesus Christ. You know, you can go anywhere in the world today and you'll find Christians making an impact for good in the very most difficult places in the world. You'll find Christian hospitals ministering to those who are suffering. You'll find Christian organizations feeding the hungry. The great justice systems of the world are based on Christian principles. Now, I don't want to be naive and ignore the fact that many injustices have also been perpetrated in the name of Christianity. There have been so many times and places where people have found it expedient to make Christianity into a political entity and use it for their own ends. You know something though? When that happens, it ceases to be real Christianity. It becomes something else, something that's no longer attractive. It no longer changes people's lives for the better. It brings death rather than life. Well, regardless of what you think of the Christian message, if you want to understand human history, then you need to investigate the Christian message. Here's another reason you should investigate Christianity. You need to separate the fake from the real. Now, probably most of us here know people who call themselves Christians, but there is absolutely nothing about them that reminds us of Jesus Christ. You may even have gone to church somewhere, and instead of finding a place that was full of life, the church just seemed dead. You may have grown up in a church like that in your childhood, and it just made you never want to go to church again. But you know something? You never find a counterfeit unless the real thing exists. I'd be willing to bet that you've never heard of an FBI sting on a ring of Monopoly money counterfeiters, right? You only counterfeit the real thing. You may have encountered counterfeit Christians, counterfeit churches, but that ought to make you say, I need to investigate the Christian message and find out what the real thing is like. And that's what Lifeworks will let you do. Lifeworks is much more than factual instruction. As you hang out together each week, you get to rub shoulders with other people who are checking things out. Even better, you'll encounter some real Christianity. Find out what the real thing is all about. Here's reason 3 to investigate Christianity. Because at some point in your life, you really must confront the ultimate questions of life. I wonder if you ever doodle when you're talking on the phone. You know how it goes? You look around for anything to write on, usually an envelope or something like that. And when you start out just making a few lines, a few dots on the page. And then for the rest of the phone call, you just start connecting those lines and dots and seeing if you can make some kind of meaningful shape or meaningful whole out of it. Isn't that how we go in life? Early on in life, we're happy to just make our dots, to experience life as it comes. But there comes a point when we realize, I need to see if the dots connect. I need to see if there's meaning in life. We need to ask the big questions. Why am I here? What is God like? What happens when I die? Is there meaning in life? The ultimate questions of life. Have you ever asked yourself that question? Is there ultimate meaning in life? I remember watching the movie City Slickers, if you remember that comedy Western. And in that Western, there's an old, grizzled, gnarled cowboy named Curly. And he tells the main character, who's played by Billy Crystal, that he knows the meaning of life. And Billy Crystal immediately asks him, well, what is it? And Curly holds up that grizzled finger and he says, this is the meaning of life. And Billy Crystal says, what? The meaning of life is your finger? The meaning of life is one thing. Well, what is that one thing? That's what you have to find out. Well, that's why we've designed Lifeworks the way it is. Lifeworks isn't a situation where someone else just talks and you just listen. What I want to do is to give you a place to openly discuss these big life questions where you will be accepted and your views will be respected. Of course, if you want, you can sit and just listen, but you can also ask the hard questions. And what I want to do is walk with you on your spiritual journey. The course deals with these kinds of questions. The very first talk of the course is, what is God like? The next session, the topic is, who am I? And then third, what's wrong with the world? Well, these are the kinds of questions we ask, aren't they? Here's reason number 4, to investigate the Christian message. And that is to find God's help when your life is falling apart. Now, I'm not saying that this is all of us. Not every one of us is facing a life crisis right now. You may be enjoying life, you may be having a good time, but coming to a place where you say, isn't there maybe more to life than just having a good time? But in all likelihood, there are some people in here who truly are in such a desperate way personally that you're just ready to shout to the sky, God, I need your help. Because you know there's nobody else who can help you. You know something? God loves cries for help. He's a specialist at desperate situations. And then the 5th reason to investigate the Christian message is because something inside you says there must be more to life than just existence. Now, philosophers and psychologists recognize it as a basic feature of human existence. They call it the search for transcendence. And basically, it's this idea that something deep inside of us yearns for something more, something beyond just ordinary existence. Think about how your life goes. Your alarm goes off in the morning. What do? You groggily reach over and hit the snooze button, trying to eke out just a few more minutes of sleep. And then when your alarm goes off again, you jump up, you rush and get in the shower, you eat your breakfast and out the door to work. You work hard all day. And then you come home tired, you eat some dinner, maybe you watch some TV or hop on the internet or read for a while, and then you fall into bed exhausted. And the alarm goes off. You hit the snooze button. It goes off again. You jump up, take a shower, eat breakfast, and off to work. You come home tired, you watch some TV, get on the internet, and fall asleep. And the alarm goes off. You jump up, take a shower, off to work, back home, eat something, read for a while, and into bed, and the alarm goes off. Now, answer me this. Isn't there something inside you that says there has got to be more to life than getting up, going to work, coming home, watching TV, and sleeping? Well, the resounding answer of Christianity is yes. Life is so much more than that. In fact, even the mundane things of life can become full of meaning. I encourage you to come and find out why. So, I think that's 5 good reasons why you should investigate the Christian message. Now, how did you answer my initial question? Are you a destination person or are you a journey person? Because if you're a destination person and all you're interested in is information and answers about Christianity, I want to make you the first of the 2 promises of Lifeworks, and that is this: you will learn a lot. You're going to come out of the Lifeworks course with a great understanding of the Christian faith. In fact, probably better than many Christians. If you're a journey person, then let me make the second promise of Lifeworks, and that is that we're going to have a lot of fun along the way, and you're going to build some meaningful relationships as well. you will enjoy the journey. Lifeworks is an investment of time I really believe you'll be glad you made, and I hope to see you there.